Hey guys, welcome back in. Gonna continue some more extreme permadeath. We should be at the anomaly. There's a bunch of different building materials I want to pick up, or building blueprints rather. We'll run up and grab some of those. Maybe get some technology unlocked too. One thing I do want to do, I want to grab this out of there. And let me swap my ship. I'm just gonna leave all that right in there. Okay. Now before I do anything, I do have two multi-tools I want to scrap on here, just so if I find any more, I can just pick them up. Let me just put that right in my ship too. Actually, let me take a peek at this one. I have no open slots. I need to upgrade this thing. Alright. Let's swap these out. Actually, let me store that. What I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to break down anything I can. Alright. Just so I get some extra parts and pieces. So we're going to clean the scrap. Alright. That actually works out good because I did get a multi-tool expansion also. A couple things I can sell. Alright, and not multi-tool. Okay. So this is another broken one that I found. Do the same thing, just scrap those. Good. Now I got those out of there. And let's see, what do I have for wire and looms? Oh, they're in my ship, aren't they? Can I... Let's just go... I'm gonna go and package up this right now. Put this down here. Oh, I'm just gonna install these and break them down. You know, I just want to get the wire and loom out of them. And reinstall that. Now I'll just sell those other modules over here. Actually, I do have a scanner in there. I wonder... Let's, I have no idea how good B-class... I'm gonna... see if I can get a better B-class scanner. Or a better scanner than that. Just to see what that will give me. Fauna and mineral. Alright, so looks not very good, but it might be better than whatever this was. Oh yeah, much better. Let's store that over here. Install that one. At least I'll have something for fauna finally. Actually, let me switch that around. Eventually I'll put this stuff in the right spot. Let's go, we're gonna move it over here. Put this one in the supercharged slot. Alright. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, at least I'll get a little bit more for animals. Let me just toss that in my ship for now. Same thing with that. Alright. Sell off those other ones. Oh, we have that texture issue again where the text dialogue is. I thought that may have gotten fixed, but it appears not. Alright, we will sell these off. Alright, let's go buy some stuff. There's some construction stuff I like to unlock as soon as possible, especially on Permadeath. Question is how expensive. Alright, so we're going to start with our nutrient processor. You guys will see why that's important. Alright, so that's done. I'm gonna see if I can get an exocraft too. I think it will help me out with my drop pods. Alright, so what I'm looking for, I want the barrel fabricator. So I have to unlock a couple things I don't really need to get to it. And crate fabricator. Alright. The rest of this stuff don't need. Okay, so mineral extractor, gas extractor, supply depot, pipe. I'm gonna skip on the EMT for right now. I don't know how expensive this is gonna be. Okay, that's only one. Alright. So I think I'm gonna have enough for everything I'm looking for now. How expensive? 10, 5. Okay, so I'm gonna need some chromatic metal. Let's go with our electric generator. Alright. I don't want to burn through too many nanites, so I don't want to go too overboard with some of this stuff. Okay, so it's going to be 15, almost 1,500 for that. So, oh yeah, 1,100. Man. Okay. I forget about getting an exocraft. Oh well. I'm gonna grab Star Atlas Pass 1 for now. I'm gonna have to unlock this stuff eventually. I just don't want to do it too early. Alright, I don't need anything out of that. So we're going to be 525 and 800. You know, let's just get them done. Okay, this is actually going to help me out with drop pods. I'll have to come back and get a roamer geo bay, but at least I'll have what I need. Yeah, it'll make it so I don't have to keep buying more and more maps. I can just use my exocraft. Just seeing if there's anything that's a hassle to find. Alright, these are all pretty easy. I think I will go grab a microprocessor. It seems like I always need those. I'll get the warp hypercore in a little bit. Alright. As far as my ship goes, I don't think I really need anything. See, I don't know what's up with these textures in the text field, but it's really annoying. See, I don't need like the auto charger or anything. Actually, some of this stuff I'll unlock when I find crash ships, so I'm gonna hold off on that for now. So I do have to come back and get roamer geo bay. I'm gonna end up starting. Oh, I don't want to actually fly this thing. Let's see if there's anything. All right, I gotta sell that stuff off. Is there anything in my ship to? Down. Let me just switch my ship out and okay, so I do have some stuff in here to sell too. Alright, so I'm gonna hit the space station quickly. Seeing if there's anything I should think about picking up while I'm there. Alright, there's those. Okay, so I'm just gonna teleport over to the space station. And then I think I'm gonna run down to that airless planet, see if I can find an oxygen hotspot and set up a oxygen base. It's not going to be anything fancy. It's not going to be as elaborate as the other one I just built on Permadeath, so we'll run over here. I also think I'll be able to start doing missions too, because the anomaly's open, so I want to see if... Alright, we have kill creatures, sentinels. See, those I always get, because you can do them anywhere and you can stack them up. You can get a whole bunch of them done at one time. I go start that one. Okay. I'm gonna sell a bunch of junk that's in my inventory. Dirty bronze. I should probably hold on to this hydronic wiring. Yeah, see, these textures keep changing. I don't know what the deal is. Alright, is there anything in my ship? It's only 14 of that. Let's get rid of that. Okay. I think while I'm here, I'm going to... What is that? Oh, it's got a dorsal fin. While I'm here, I'm going to run over to that other space station to pick up missions there. Then I'll come back here and go down to that planet. because this will help me level up the guilds as well. I like to try to do like multiple things at once. Luckily, we found a nice lush planet, so it'd be nice to be able to run around and get a bunch of drop pods over there. Alright, yeah. Bunch of sentinel kills. Okay. Actually, while I'm here, I do want to check. Alright, so let's see what type of system this is. Okay, so this is a shipping. So, okay, these are both the same. I'm thinking about starting up a trade route. I have to look up what there's two different trade routes you can do. One that requires 3 different economies. The other one requires 4. So I'd like to set those up at some point too. It'll take a little bit more warping around though. Alright, let's go back to this system though. And before I leave here, I do want to grab some metal plating. I'm not sure really how much to grab. I don't plan on making like a large oxygen base at all. Probably 2 silos, 1 extractor. The problem is I can only hold 300 at a time, so I can't go with like a huge farm or anything. Okay, I can get 57. How much space do I have? Wait, not that much. Toss this in here. Okay. Well, I can start out small and then I can add on to it later. So we're gonna grab, I guess, let's go with 30. Yeah, that should be enough to get me started. Actually, let me look in here. Catalog, technology. No, it's going to be under building parts. Okay, I need magnetized ferrite for that. Alright. Actually, let me look at that again here. Alright, so 100 of that. I don't need it for that. Okay. Oh, but I do need regular sodium, so I gotta keep an eye out for that. Make sure I don't use my sodium. Okay, so hoping maybe a pilot lands with dihydrogen jelly. So we're gonna grab. Let's grab 40 just to, let's just take the whole friggin' thing. I know I'll end up using it. So there they are. Yeah, it'd be worth it. It's 100K, but it'll be worth it. And let's just take all of this too. Oh god. Put the rest of that right in my ship. Are you kidding me? Why is it not? Maybe I didn't switch it to my ship. Alright. Thought maybe there was a problem with that. Okay. At least I know I'll have enough magnetized ferrite for now. I mean, I can always just make it down on the planet, but it's just a pain. Let me, see if anybody has hydrogen jelly. I mean, I could make that on planet too. Just easier to buy it though. That a pink explorer? It is. It might be just the lighting in here. Oh, it is pink. I didn't even know you could get pink. Wow. Okay. No, I can make some dihydrogen down there if I need to. I'm gonna want to have at least 10, so I've got 5 now. And they're close to a stack there, so you know, let's check with this one last guy. Nope. Okay. Yeah. Down there, I'm tired of messing around. Alright, and question is, what side was it? It's gonna be over here. Oh. Artemis. Just go through the dialogue with him. Alright, we'll continue the quest line shortly. Oh yeah, that's right, it's behind the planet. We'll head right over there. See, like, none of my instruments are showing up my my dashboard. So yeah, there's a lot of bugs that they have to fix in this. I send them bug reports every month, and I don't know if they just don't see them or they just throw them away or what, but they fix new issues, but anything that's old, they just kind of ignore it completely. It's actually frustrating. Let's get down there and see what we can find. Alright, so far it's looking pretty good. Sometimes you'll find these airless planets and you want to use them, but they have like the super tall mountains. Just makes it a pain to use. But I like these airless planets because you can just farm a bunch of different materials really quickly. That's why I always try to set up a base on one of them as soon as I can. Especially if you have like an upgraded weapon. Like, I don't have an upgraded weapon really, so yeah, you can collect stuff real quick. I mean, I barely did anything. I just got a bunch of ferrite dust and dihydrogen. So. All right. This looks pretty nice. Sentinels are not going to be an issue or anything either. So what I want to do is I want to scan around as much of this stuff. I'm looking for a rock that will give me carbon. So there we go, secondary element carbon. So I have a good carbon source now, a good ferrite, a good dihydrogen source. Sometimes you can get sodium as well. I just want to scan everything I see. There's not going to be all that many things to see. Got a monolith right here too. Okay. And we have fossils here, which will actually be really good for money, because those are like 70,000 a piece. So if I get bored and I can run around and get a bunch of fossils. Alright. I just want to try to make sure I pretty much scan every mineral I can find. That way I don't miss out on any secondary elements. There's so many of these little rocks, they kind of look the same. Sometimes they're a little bit different. Alright, I think that's probably going to be about it. There's always another oddball one somewhere though, so. Alright, so I'm going to want, all I'm looking for right now is going to be oxygen. And oxygen will be the only thing you find on this planet, so any gas that I see should be oxygen. I'm going to run over to this monolith. This is the other good thing about the air of this planet, is you can just get around really quickly. That's going to be a different rock. Those I won't be able to break with my ship though, probably. And we do have the whispering eggs here, so you can gather a lot of those really quickly too. Because on an airless planet you can just, you know, jetpack for quite a while, especially if you're upgraded. Grab our knowledge stones. And I don't have a relic to give this, so I'm not going to bother doing the riddle right now. Alright, let me switch that mission log too. It's going to keep telling me to go kill sentinels. Alright, we have oxygen over here. What I was looking for is there's a high pitch sound that you get when you have a hotspot lined up. Then there's a dull one when there's not one in that direction. I'm not sure how it comes across on stream. Okay, we have a C class. I am going to be a little greedy with this. I want to try to get like an A class or higher. I think it probably won't matter, actually. I just want to find a different location, actually. I want to try to find something that's kind of a little more flat. Should probably, yeah. I was gonna say I should probably grab some whispering eggs, but I just don't have the inventory space right now for them. Just fly here a little bit. I'll try to grab some dihydrogen when I see it. A little flatter. I might also see if I can find the portal on this planet too. A lot of times I like to set up my portal base on airless planets. So it's pretty flat. Let's see if we have anything around here. Yeah, and as you can see, my thrusters are at 70%. So when I get done, I want to see how quick that charges. Okay, it's 1300, so I'll have light for a little bit. Okay, we have an A class, so we're just gonna go for this. Could actually probably build right in this little cavern. Alright, see if I have anything else here. I do have cobalt. Actually, I won't need cobalt. Copper would be good to have, but I'm not going to go out of my way to find it. We'll see if this will give me copper. Because I did grab a little bit of extra metal plating just in case it was another resource. Let's get this recharged today.
Technology recharging.
Alright, we do have copper, so... And do we have power anywhere? We have power. That's going to be stretching too far, though. I'm not going to bother with doing that. So what I want to do is try to get in between these two, just to make things a little bit easier. Actually, what if I go over here? Alright, so we got 200 and 200. See, I don't want to be near my extractors because, you know, they're kind of noisy, and if you're spending time at your base, it gets annoying. Especially the minerals ones. Alright. We will have to stretch a little. Oh, I have to remember, I have to pay for pipe, too. I'm going to try to minimize the amount of pipe I have to pull. So we got 181, 199. Let's move this way a little. I'm going to end up moving my base computer when I'm done anyway. So we got 180, 190, 187, 182. That will work. Toss down our base computer here. I think I'm gonna most likely end up using 2 pieces of pipe anyway. Alright, and go ahead and claim this. I can't even tell you guys how many times I've forgotten to do the claim base thing, and gone over to my build site and wanted to start building, and I can't build, you know. I don't. I never interacted with the computer. All right, so stick our base over here. This is going to be nothing fancy. Oh, I don't even have anything to prop it up. Actually, I can use my refiner. Yeah, this is not going to be a big base or anything. Toss that down. I don't really have much carbon, so go. Just, I think that will be high enough. Really? Alright, grab my refiner. Now I shouldn't even need like walls or anything, so I'll end up expanding on this a little bit later on. I just want to get things started. And I'm not gonna bother doing anything fancy, I don't think, because don't really need to here. Eventually I'll end up with another oxygen thing here, most likely, so for the time being. I like to make sure I don't make this look too bad. Alright, so it's going to be our oxygen, it's going to be our copper. Alright. So, I want that. Actually, gonna need, let me grab some of this. Ship's too far away. Alright. Gonna need some of this. Okay, I have enough for 7 batteries. Solar panels. Man. Oh, I need chromatic metal. That's holding me up. Grab this. Need that. I'm gonna need some gold. That's my ship. I'm just gonna toss down medium refiner. That's in my ship. Oh, I only need to buy it. Let's put one of those. Actually, I'll just leave it. I'm gonna use up some of this metal plating anyway. Alright, let's just toss this down for now. get my copper going. I don't have to be like dead on with these extractors or anything. I just want to try to be somewhat close. So, get our extractor. Just gonna toss it down right here. Hopefully I'll be somewhat close to 80. 76 will work fine. So I'm gonna want 2 metal plating, or 2 solar panels, 1 battery. Alright, just get all this wired together. Of course, there won't be any power right now because it's nighttime, but it'll be ready shortly. And I think I'm gonna have to run 2 pieces of pipe, but I'll try to see if I can do it with just 1. Yeah, because I need carbon and ferrite dust for that. Neither one I have a whole heck of a lot of. Alright, able to do it in 1 pipe, so that should be good. Let me just see if I can still build that. Good. Alright, so I'm waiting on that chromatic metal. Oh, I need to run another batch through. Copper, there we go. Can I at least get my extractor put in? Nope. For some reason I thought I had more of that. But then I remembered I installed the hyperdrive, so that took up quite a bit. Yeah, I've got none in my ship. Just let that run through. Will also be a good chance to see if there are any like rare items around. A lot of times there'll be like metal fingers and stuff, but I'm looking actually to see if I have curious deposits anywhere on this planet. That will really help out with the nanites. The same thing with the larval cores, those are great for nanites. You can only stack 3 of them though, so it's kind of a pain. Alright, let me just make sure. I'm just gonna put that down. Okay, so I will run into a problem. I will need more chromatic metal. But, so let's just go find a copper. Oh, there's one right there. Go dig this up. Go to our smallest beam. At least I didn't have to go far for it. Dig up a bunch of this. Yeah, I wanted to check that before I got all the way over and went to wire everything in, and come to find out I can't build another solar panel. I think what I'll do is I have a way to get emerald, so I think I might do that after I finish this, just so I can get a bunch of this chromatic metal in storage. There's a bunch of other stuff I want to do too. I want to go back to that lush planet and just run around, collect some ships, and you know, get, you know, animal scans and stuff like that. Alright. How much is, I'm up to 240. I should probably just take this whole vein right out. But this is also where, planets like this, this is where I like to get my silicate powder for the stone building parts. What I'll do is I'll just fly to the other side of the planet and pick a spot and just use that area for silicate powder. Because I don't want to do it right next to my base because it will mess around with the rendering of it, especially if it's a larger base. This base won't be much because there's not going to be much here. I'll have, eventually I'll have a bunch of refiners here, but early on I'm not concerned about it. Alright, let's get that refilled. Alright, how much? Rip out this bottom section and then head back. I only have a couple hours to play tonight, so I don't want to get too carried away with some of this stuff. I am going to switch over to that though, go to flat mode, get some extra silicate powder. Still not enough. I only got 6 out of that? Boring. There, that's better. Still not enough. Yeah, you can get a lot of silicate powder if you go over to flat mode. Well, I'm surprised I didn't get a ton of it. I'll just fill it in. Yeah, you can restore it like this, and you know, like where the deposit was, it won't restore, but outside of it will. Alright, so I have a little bit more there if I want to come back and get it. Alright, let's go get that stuff refined. We'll go toss that in. Alright, get that one going for later. And how much of that did I actually care about? Alright, so I'm probably not going to be able to pick this up, right? Oh, I did have enough room. What about that? Alright, good. So we'll get over here. Yeah, I'm not worried about this one at all. Like, so I'm not going to be using all that much copper. So let's see here. Just toss it right down. What do I get for a measurement? Yeah, that's good. That's good enough. Do this a little bit different because I am going to run a power line over here as well. So I'm going to actually put my panels right here. I still don't have enough chromatic metals. For some reason I thought I had another 75. We'll grab this. Get another batch of that going. Where's... Keep going past it. Got that going. Just consolidate these. Actually, I want to try to be like in the middle of this actually. Need that up here, I guess. Alright. Grab this one. Run our power down. And hopefully I can stretch this pipe all the way back. I'm hoping I can do it all in one run because I don't want to use the extra material. Connection's too long. Oh, look at how close that is. Why is that going to be too long? You know what? The heck with it. Let's just tie it in. I mean, I could go down there and move things around and everything. It's just going to be a pain. Alright, we'll run this down. Eventually I'm going to put in a proximity switch for my teleporter, so want to get a wire in place for that. See, I don't get it. Like, that should have been far enough. Alright, yeah, I don't want to really put it on the ground because the game has a habit of losing your stuff sometimes. With whoops. Alright, let's rip this out. Just keep this copper going. Right now, make sure these are going to be working alright. See, that'll fill up pretty quick. See, the copper I'm not too worried about because I'm not going to be making chromatic metal quite as often. You know, especially when I get it made. It's not going to take very long. So what I'm thinking is, I should have enough power in that to fire up my my teleporter. Let me make a couple of nanotubes. And I can't do that. Wait for that to finish off. Actually, can I put down... There, right there. Yeah, let's just toss one of those down. Pick it up. Do another one. That will probably give me enough. Oh, I still don't have enough. Oh, I need 100 for each of them. I keep thinking it's only 50. Alright, let's toss a little bit condensed in here. And actually, put like 100 condensed in there, and I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of oxygen. Oh, I don't have much oxygen either. Let's just go with that much. And this is how I'm gonna make a lot of condensed carbon later on. As long as you have oxygen, you'll never run out of carbon, so... So let's just rip that out, put that in my inventory, and convert that into regular carbon. See, the bad thing is you can only make 150 at a time with this harsh stack size. Alright, so get that. Oh, I need to build those. See, what I'm thinking is I'm not going to be harvesting this all that much, so I might as well have my power going right over to my teleporter. So... And I'll end up putting it on a proximity switch anyway, because this still does take 20 electricity to run. So, like I mean, I could tie it in right now and be able to use it, but I'm not gonna bother. Alright, so we have our first refiner. I'm not gonna bother putting this in a special spot or anything yet. When I figure out what I'm going to do here, I'll make some changes. This is kind of a basic layout. I'll probably have like 6 refiners. I probably will expand out, because I might use this also for runaway mold, or, you know, if I need to do a bunch of runaway mold. But this is kind of like the basic setup. And eventually I may expand this. I'll only do 1 silo, but you know, I might have like 3 or 4 runs of this that are all 1250. They'll just be on, you know, their own individual circuits though. But if I need it. So alright. That's pretty much about it. Just waiting to see if maybe I can get a little bit of oxygen in that before I leave. Oh, I had to have more carbon or copper to put in here too. Get that going. Yeah, because I'd like to grab some oxygen before I leave here. That's just garbage. Alright, so I still have some metal plating left over, which is good. I considered putting down another silo for oxygen, but I don't want to have way too much oxygen, you know. So I can only grab 300 at a time, so I'd end up using, you know, 4 stacks of oxygen every time I go to that silo. See if I have any other stuff to mix up while I'm here. Doesn't look like it. Well, my ship. Doesn't look like it over there either. Alright, so I'm gonna just kind of fly around this planet for a few minutes and see if I can get that thing to fill up for me. What I'll do is I'll kind of mine a little bit too. Put some of that in my ship. Put this back. That in here. Let's fill that up. No. I wonder how much. I weren't sure how much it would take to fill that. I'm looking mainly for the dihydrogen right now. I want to see if I can make up 5 of those. Put down a second refiner. When you're making a bunch of carbon up, you want to have multiple refiners going because it's a quick process. So target mainly that. And you get even more stuff once you get some upgrades going. Right now I have, what, 1 upgrade, I think, so. And also the other weapons work really well too, especially the, was it positron ejector? I'm getting a ton of stuff. Alright, what do we have? Yeah, like I already have 200 dihydrogen, so. Let's see if I can get 5 of those. Alright. Yeah, that way I can get a second refiner. Oh, it's that ancient data structure. Oh. My launch thrusters did charge, I don't know how much, so it must have been up to 100%. So, make sure I got room before I pick these up. See, sometimes sentinels will kind of hassle you when you pick these up. Sometimes they don't, but... Alright. And I do want to look around to see if I see any yellow markers, because I'm hoping to find curious deposits here. Right. Yeah, you see, I barely get any flying around, and I already have a bunch of carbon, so... Actually, let me set that aside, because I'll use that. Or refine that, rather. Yeah, so you can get a lot of materials really quick. Flew right past that one. But you can get stuff like oxygen stuff too, doing this. And like the small condensed carbon crystals, it'll pick those up. Alright, did another... No, that's not it. Pretty sure it'll pick up the small... Yeah, it does. Condensed carbon. I thought that was a data structure. That's just in the oxygen. I think it picks up oxygen. Maybe not the oxygen plants. Oh, sometimes you can get oxygen in the rocks, that's right. Alright, alright, we have extra dihydrogen. Alright, let's, get back to our base, I guess. Actually, I need to rename it, too. Oh, I'm gonna need magnetized ferrite, aren't I? I don't know if that will reach my ship. Let's toss it down here. Yeah, that way at least we'll have 2 refiners going. Alright. That's still empty. I figured I'd have 250 of it in there by now. And what time is it? Okay, so it's nighttime, so at least I know I do have power running to these, so everything should be hooked up fine. Alright, I am going to take that carbon out. Still too far away. Alright, let's get that converted, and actually get both of these converted. Because I expect that oxygen to fill up pretty quickly. So just get that one going, and we'll get the extra ferrite dust going too. Okay, I actually have more ferrite dust than I thought I did. Remembered I have all that stuff, whatever you want to call it, rusted metal. Just bring that over too. I like to keep a stack in my ship, just in case I need ferrite dust in a pinch. But I don't need to have 2 stacks of it. What I want to do is just get this extra pure ferrite changed up, or converted over to magnetized, because I just used a bunch of it. And actually, I have more in there than I thought I did. Actually, ferrite will just convert it. I think it's taking this thing quite a while. Well, I haven't actually been here for all that long either, so Get that going. Okay. There's magnetize. And I have a little bit extra magnetized by the looks of it. That's alright. You can always use more of it. Actually, I want to run that off too. Oh, and I have all that extra sodium. It's like every time I open my inventory, I see something else that I meant to refine. Move that down. Oh, I don't have enough oxygen for that. Alright. Yeah, I need to get this thing to fill up. So let's get a couple minutes on it. Actually, this has a half a stack left. Alright, let's go stop that one. Alright, stop that one. And get that running through. I'll come over here and get the sodium running through. I'm just going to jump in my ship for a minute, I'll let that stuff run off, and I will be right back. Go grab myself a drink, so be right back. Alright, so that should have about a minute left to go. I do want to go in here real quick though, rename my save file. I've been meaning to do this for a week now. I'm going to go Extreme Permadeath. That way I don't accidentally click on the wrong one when I load in. Alright. So, where the heck's our base? Over here. So, that's a couple more to do. Alright, so we got sodium nitrate, and we have our oxygen. So, let's grab that. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I had enough oxygen before I left here. So, just give you guys a little example. I'm going to take that 55 condensed carbon. And involve this little bit of oxygen too. And let's see, 55 condensed. That in there. You know, half a stack real quick. What I'll do is just, because of the ratio, it's a 2 to 6 ratio on oxygen, 1 to 6. So pretty much for every stack of oxygen and condensed carbon you put in, you end up with 3 stacks back. So you gain 2 stacks of condensed carbon that way. It's what they call expansion. Yeah, expanding your carbon. So, seeing it's done already, all I'll do is rip that out, set it going again, get a little bit back too. So that's how I do that, and see if I can build. Be over here, nutrient processor. Okay, that's what I need the sodium for. But what you can do is you can store it in your nutrient processor. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll have one here. You know, I'll just stick it over here somewhere. And I'll have one in my backpack. And when I need a bunch of carbon, condensed carbon, or chromatic metal, I can just take it right out of this. And, you know, that way it's like a little portable storage trick that you can do. Alright, so I still have... Alright, I'm gonna... Is there something you can do with... I think it's pure ferrite and... oxygen? But I think that's rusted metal, yeah. You know, that's another way that you can expand on your... ferrite dust. Just doing that. I don't think regular ferrite dust does anything. Oh no, that will give you, it's a 1-to-1 on that. The other one was a 1-to-2. Magnetized ferrite. I don't know if I can reach my ship. I can't remember if magnetized, I don't think magnetized ferrite does anything. Alright, now that this stuff is all out of whack. Alright, I don't need... Actually, I will need... I'm gonna go do ships, so I will need... stuff to fix that. Alright, I've got metal plating, so I've got that covered. Jelly... Let me run back over here. I want to make up some jelly. Why'd I do that? I'm gonna build, just build 6 of them, I guess. Jelly, what the heck? Oh, harmonic seal. Build 6 of those. And I'm gonna need the pure ferrite, so keep that. Okay. And did that wipe me out? Alright, I have a little bit there. Okay. So I think we'll go, actually, let me rename this. Oxygen, copper, make sure I take a nice picture of my awesome base. That way, hopefully people, well, I was going to say people in the anomaly will be able to see how awesome it is. They'll be jealous. Okay. We can do a scan here, see if anything pops up. I was hoping to find curious deposits here. I might jump on tomorrow morning just to scour this planet and see what exotic materials might be here. And when I have more exosuit slots, I also want to come back here for bones. There's should be quite a few bones here. That terminus is over here. Well, I kind of want to just chill out and go find some ships and check out that blue lush planet more. I don't think this is the same planet. Oh no, it is. I thought there were 2 different lush planets here. Oh, okay, it's that one. let's go check that one out. So I want to see if that's actually purple grass or if it's red grass. Get back into this screen though, that way hopefully the stream don't crash. Yeah, because I think I might end up putting down like a little base on that blue planet, or the that green lush planet. Unless this one I like better. That other one's really nice, so have to like make like a little home base. That way I have a place for my NPCs. The weather seems pretty nice there too, so alright. So looks like we do have a purple. They're gonna be just rocky though. Yeah, it's got those like mushroom trees. It's super hilly too. Why am I getting scanned? Let's just land here. That's already getting annoying. Oh, beautiful weather here too. Alright, we've got 15 fauna. It's a lot of nanites for this planet. We've got ancient bones. See if we can find ourselves a minor settlement. Alright. Now my fuel was at 70% when I landed. So let's keep an eye on that. See about how long it takes for it to fill up. Plus it depends on what time of the day it is too. It's still the morning. See if we can get some animal scans in, because I don't know. Okay, so 31,000. So yeah, it was worth doing that module. Some of the oddball creatures here. A couple birds. Oh, I should grab some ball. Yeah. Grab some of this stuff while I'm here. Actually grab some regular sodium, that way I can build a nutrient processor. Stuff's up in the air. Might as well get some scans in. Looking to see what that the buried text going to be for that. I know I picked up one out of the middle. Okay, it must have been that one. They put that pretty far away from it. We'll grab this one. Oh, probably should have kept that slime. Alright, so we've been here about 4 minutes now. And I'm up to 84%. So it takes about probably 15 minutes to do a recharge. About 2% a minute? No. A little bit more than that. It goes up pretty quick. Alright, grab this one. Alright, take a quick look at what these animals are. Rare ground, underwater. Alright, so this should be pretty decent. I don't have any rare underground ones, so. And we have curious deposits here. So I want to see if I can find a couple good curious deposit locations. See, I don't want to have too many though. I only want to have like 4 or 5. Ooh. You know, I go and I say something like that, and then I find a good collection of them on a slant. Alright, I can't pass this up. I have to get these. We're gonna build a base computer. Oh, man. Okay, it'll be a lot at first, but once I get more inventory unlocked, this will be well worth it. Alright, so it's gonna name this one Mold Flush. Alright. And I don't really have much to build with right now, do I? Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on building here for now. I want to get a couple different base parts before I do this. But at least I know I have a place here. So this is awesome. Alright, we have a creature here. Alright, how much of that data did I get? Alright, my stuff is filling up quick. Get back to our ship. Wherever our ship is. I go by the HUD up top, typically. There we go, it's over here. It's half the time I can never see my marker, so it always blends in on me. I do like planets like this though, because you get that purple, and then, you know, you get like a blue when it's in the shade. It's kind of a cool little transition. Yeah, but I think I'll go find that minor settlement, and actually, before we even bother, let's see if we can find a ship real quick too. I only have 6 maps, so see if I can get all the other locations. Alright, there's the freighter. Just ignore that. Alright, we've got a distress signal, and we'll go over to that. Get that distress signal and then check out the minor settlement. Kind of run around this minor settlement too and grab up more more salvage data. Alright. Nice little explorer. Alright, got a B class, nothing special. Claim that. Get it fixed up. Alright. Hopefully get some good blueprints out of these. Send out warning. Alright, we got our economy scanner, so one of the most important upgrades right there. I'm just gonna unpin it though. I don't even know if I have room to install that. Oh, I do have one slot. Okay, so I will need microprocessors, which I did unlock, okay. So I'm not gonna make those up right now. I don't even think I have enough stuff to make those up. Oh, I do have 2 carbon nanotubes. How expensive? Yeah, let's just make them up, I guess. Alright, let's get that thing installed. Oh, and I do have room here for... I'm gonna outgrow this ship pretty quick, so... What's the teleport receiver? Actually, I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm always, like, right next to my ship anyway, so... Okay, and grab this. No. Maybe I parked a little too close to that. Yeah, I don't even have the option to interact with that. Yeah, like typically I would hit my head on it. It's treating these like they're not even visible. So. Alright. Well, that's one ship down. Let's see if we can find another. So some of these maps should be duds. Right, there's our abandoned building, so that one's marked. Should get, okay, observatory. So this next one should hopefully be a beacon. Or, yeah, distress beacon. There we go. So run over and grab that one. Well, I guess I don't have to scour that Atlas planet now for curious deposits. I'm surprised I found them that quick, actually. That's the thing, like, sometimes you just find things totally by chance. This planet's actually going to be kind of sucky for ships, though. It's going to be hard to find them if you don't have maps. Alright, got a shuttle this time. Try to park away from the damaged machinery this time. Alright. Oh, A-class. A good sized ship too. It's a 3417. Yeah, not bad. Let's claim that. And that's already fixed, so we just have to worry about this. You don't make a ton of money off these, but it's worth it for the blueprints you can get out of this. Because you guys saw these blueprints, some of them are really expensive. What did I get out of that? I'm gonna reload that. Yeah, see if I actually get something to drop out of that. I should have gotten a blueprint. Yeah, because you either get a blueprint or some type of commodity you can sell. I think I'll finish up with this ship, see if I can get another ship, and probably ending off at the minor settlement, and probably jump back into story stuff tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, I wanted to see if I can get on tomorrow morning. I'm not sure how my day is gonna look tomorrow, but see if I can get on for a little bit and just try to get like salvage data, a bunch of salvage data. Maybe get some animal scans, stuff like that. I think I'll be able to get on for about an hour, so. Dig this up. I'm gonna be heading out here. So get this one. Get another one right in front of us, it looks like. Oh, that's on a different planet. There we go. Way over there. I think I might actually want to install one of those cargo deflectors on this thing. The amount of times I was getting scanned already. Oh, got 3 crash ships in a row, which is kind of nice. None of them have had NPCs with them. Got this giant floating rock. Alright, B-class. Alright, get that fixed up. Alright, and actually do a save first. Oh, did that tell me to install? Yeah, install phase beam, unpin that. Oh, is this the same ship again? Yep, same ship. I wonder if I can interact with this thing now. Nope, still isn't there. I thought this location looked kind of familiar. Alright. Alright, run over to that minor settlement. At least the skies are nice and blue here. thought for sure this was going to be a red planet. Because when I first saw it, it looked like it was red with blue water. I'm not a big fan of the red grass, so purple's nice though. This is actually in a pretty good location. It's somewhat flat. I was expecting it to be kind of up on the side of a cliff or something. Alright, take a run in here. Do we have any outbuildings? Oh. Not a bad view, huh? Might be able to make this a home. If not, I can could find a pretty decent base to toss up. Alright. Looking to see if there are any buildings. There they are. Go hit this. I think got quite a bit done tonight without getting a lot done. You know, I didn't really do much. We got our oxygen base put together. Found some curious deposits. Scrapped a bunch of ships. So, well, actually that was earlier, but got some new ships to scrap, I guess. And bought a bunch of base parts. Oh, not too bad. Alright, let's see what we have for a multi-tool. I really need to upgrade what I have, and this is not going to be the multi-tool I want. It's an A class though. I don't remember what was in the space station. What I might do is I might shop around the other planets to see if I can find a rifle in this cabinet. See if I can flip the spawn on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this with a blue beacon, as long as I can build it. Should be able to put down a blue beacon here. Because that's how, for some reason, that's how I mark my A class whenever I find, like, the same thing with, like, crash ships. A lot of times I'll put down a blue beacon just to mark it. I would use purple, but purple is what I use for portals, so, but, I just don't want to get them confused. Alright, so, I think that's probably gonna do it for me tonight, guys. I did get a little bit of salvage data. Just toss some of this in here. Should I build something that took a bunch of chromatic metal? Why do I only have 5 chromatic metal? Oh, I built that second refiner. That's right. Alright. Well, that's gonna do it for me tonight, guys. Appreciate everybody taking the time to check this out, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.